Welcome back to Arsenal News TV, and today we're going to first look at Arsenal have Martin Odegaard transfer bid ready, but Gunners waiting on two conditions, and then we're going to look at Arsenal fans in transfer frenzy after spotting what Bruno Guimarães' agent did on Twitter. So the first transfer headlines state that Arsenal have Martin Odegaard transfer bid ready, but Gunners waiting on two conditions. So the reports are stating that Martin Odegaard has been linked with a permanent return to Arsenal ahead of this month's transfer deadline. Arsenal are gearing up to submit a formal bid for Real Madrid midfielder Martin Odegaard, but any final decision on his future will rest with the Spanish giants and the player himself, according to reports. Martin Odegaard has been heavily linked with a return to North London ahead of the new campaign and is understood to be a priority target for Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta. The Gunners have already signed Albert Sambi Lokonga, Nuno Tavares and Ben White since the beginning of the summer transfer window. However, it seems as though Mikel Arteta will also push for the addition of a creative midfielder before this month's deadline. Also crying out for at least one new playmaker, with Emile Smith-Rowe and Joe Willock currently representing the club's only natural options in the number 10 role. Martin Odegaard excelled while on loan at the Emirates Stadium during the second half of last season and has since been tipped to return on a permanent basis. Real Madrid are believed to be mulling over his future in the Spanish capital, while the player himself is said to be weighing up the idea of a move away. Arsenal remain interested in bringing Martin Odegaard back to the Premier League, but any successful approach will rely on the cooperation of his current employers, according to transfer expert Fabrizio Romano. It is said that the Gunners will submit a formal bid for the 22-year-old if he decides to seek a new challenge and Real Madrid opt to cash in. A permanent switch is believed to be among the options on the table, while another loan move could also be a possibility for the North London club, who have already spent £73 million on new players this summer. Martin Odegaard is said to be Arsenal's main target ahead of Leicester City midfielder James Maddison, who has been also linked with the 13-time English champions in recent months. The latter is said to be on Mikel Arteta's radar, but whether or not the Foxes will be prepared to let him leave remains to be seen. Leicester boss Brendan Rodgers has already underlined his desire to retain his best players this summer as the East Midlands club prepare for a renewed assault on the Premier League's upper reaches. Meanwhile, Manchester United legend Roy Keane recently warned Arsenal that James Maddison would be downgrading in the event of a move to the Gunners this summer. So it looks like Arsenal have Martin Odegaard transfer bid ready, but Gunners waiting on two conditions. And Martin Odegaard is a player that could be seen as a James Maddison alternative, as Arsenal cannot pull off the James Maddison deal, and with Mikel Arteta very keen to make the next transfer priority in the summer transfer window a creative midfielder, someone that can rotate with Emile Smith-Rowe and provide Mikel Arteta the option to adapt his formation to adopt to have two creative midfielders and make Arsenal more of an attacking prowess and more of an attacking force throughout the season. But Martin Odegaard could become an Arsenal player again. So this nicely takes us on to the second piece of transfer news, which states that Arsenal fans in transfer frenzy after spotting what Bruno Guimarães' agent did on Twitter. So the reports are stating that Gabriel Martinelli and Bruno Guimarães were both celebrating gold at the Olympics after beating Spain in the men's football final. Also, fans have been sent into a transfer frenzy on social media after midfielder target Bruno Guimarães has refilled rumours that a potential Gunners move could be in the pipeline this summer after previous reported interest. Guimarães and Gabriel Martinelli played significant roles in helping Brazil win back-to-back Olympic gold medals in the men's football this summer. It took an extra-time goal from substitute Malcolm to settle proceedings at the International Stadium Yokohama in Japan on that day. In the celebratory events that followed the game, Arsenal's young Brazilian star posted a photo on his personal social media with the 23-year-old. With Football London's chief Arsenal executive Chris Wheatley, he posted about the picture on his social media, and the Ligue 1 midfielder's agent dropped a like on the post, reigniting rumours that a transfer to North London could be back on the summer after previous interest from Edu and Co. And with this, some of you guys have started to realise that Arsenal are trying to tell us something. Announced Bruno, someone stating to sign the guy on the left hand side, which was Bruno Guimarães. Another one of you guys very funnily said announced Bruno Guimarães and Dani Alves. So when it comes to you guys, the ex-Atletico Paranaense player was heavily linked to the North Londoners 2 seasons ago before he made the move to France. He featured in a total of 37 games for Lyon in a rather disruptive season for all clubs around the world due to COVID-19 last term. Jean-Michel Aulas might consider selling the 23-year-old this summer due to the financial crash in French football caused by the coronavirus pandemic. Bruno Guimarães' agent dropping a transfer hint coupled with the player himself revealing that he was learning English adds up together to tell us that potential moves to England could be on in the near future. The Brazilian told gameplan-at.com when speaking about the COVID-19 pandemic. In the beginning, it was hard to stay positive. Every time I turned on the television, the news was worse than the day before. It was strange to be unable to help when everything was so bad. The only thing I could do was stay at home. I only went out to get my groceries or to the pharmacy. During the second wave, I looked at how I could help my compatriots back in Brazil by getting them the essential. I was worried about my family and my girlfriend back in Brazil. Guimarães went on to add, the only upside for me was that I had plenty of time to learn French. I did online courses, I watched a lot of local TV, Netflix series like Lupin, films in French, and all that paid off. I can now speak the language after 18 months. My next goal is to learn English. It is understood that the Arsenal board are currently looking to bring in either one of James Maddison or Martin Odegaard to add depth in the midfield area of Mikel Arteta's team, but maybe a move could be back on the cards for the Brazilian star after his agent has dropped that subtle hint on social media with his actions. So it looks like Bruno Guimarães could become an Arsenal player as what his agent did on Twitter, and Bruno Guimarães could be that midfielder that Mikel Arteta needs to elevate our current midfield, and I think he could be a great signing. So we will have to wait and see how Arsenal will use the summer transfer window in the end. Make sure you check out the FA Cup post that uses a special link I have put below in the description, and smash that like button to see if you can reach 30 likes. Also subscribe for more daily videos and share the video with your Arsenal friends and family. Click one of the latest videos on the screen and I'll see you there.